What's up YouTube, and welcome back to KangBrosTV, the boxing section. So we have got Haye versus Bellew 2, and it's on this weekend. So let's talk about our predictions and how you think the fight's going to go. But first of all, I mean, we had the build-up to this fight. Why do the promoters and everybody in the camp feel the need to get involved? There's no way I'm going to do this video without talking about Adam Morley. I mean, the fuck?
Even when you're talking, everyone's like, who the fuck is this guy?
Even David Haye, I think, when he starts speaking, he's like, oh, for fuck's sake. He's like, you know what, guys? David's going to win this time. You know it. And you're like, oh, for fuck, just shut up, mate. And he just made himself look like a right melt, didn't he?
But listen, I think sometimes I guess he's got you talking about it, so I don't know.
Yeah, they always say, no
publicity is bad publicity or something like
yeah,
that.
exactly.
Or
But the thing with Eddie Hearn is that, I mean, he's got a bit of banter about him. Do you know what I mean?
But he knows his stuff. Do you know what I mean? It's also like, this geezer's there trying to talk, but end of the day, Eddie Hearn's pasted all over Sky and everyone knows him. So I guess.
All right, so let's move on to the fight. So for me this time, I think Haye is not getting involved in the trash talk. It's quite obvious and quite evident to see that he's not getting involved like he was last time. I think he has learned his lesson, but it bit him in the arse, right? The
thing is, you said not get involved with the trash talk. What can he say?
Exactly.
That's the thing. You got no choice but to not get involved with the trash talk, because Tony Bellew literally called it. I know everyone's like, oh yeah, he's Achilles. Mate, he called it. He said he's not going to be able to hold. It doesn't matter how he goes.
Yeah.
His body is not going to withstand 12 rounds, and they called it. So as far as I'm concerned, listen, David Haye can say whatever. He can't say anything. And listen, David Haye. We've grown up watching David Haye and watched him win world titles, and you've sort of like been on the journey almost, as it were. But listen, sometimes you just got to know when to call it a day. And I think this is it. Like, you should have called it a day. That performance, that last performance, and everyone's like, oh yeah, he was officially leading on points or whatever, but that was a shambles performance. We all knew it. We all know what David Haye's about. Tony Bellew is not he's not a proper heavyweight. He's a cruiserweight. But he knows why he took that fight, because he thought it's a cruiserweight. This guy's just a ballooned up cruiserweight. I'll take him out. And he took the fight and he won the fight. So as far as I'm concerned, listen, David Haye is someone who I'd say is one of my heroes. Is probably strong, but one of the guys that you look at and think, oh, he's the guy that I should love watching David Haye fight. I should love it. But I think his time's done. I think he should just And I think what he's saying in all his press conferences about if I win and if I don't win in style, I'm going to retire. If I lose, I'm going to retire.
Do you believe it?
Well, I think he's got a choice. Well, he's going to fight. If he can't take Bellew out in the heavyweight division, which heavyweight is he going to take out?
I agree with you. I think if he doesn't win this fight, he has to retire. For me personally, just straight up fact. But for me, something tells me that with Haye, the love of money, that's something he'll try something to keep on going. And I think for me, if he doesn't win, he should just carry on doing what he's doing, promoting and stick with Joyce and all this kind of stuff. But
he needs to sign some fighters up. If you want to be a promoter, you've got to sign some big fighters up, because.
So do you technically see it going the same way? Do you see Bellew winning this fight?
Unfortunately, I do. I mean, to be fair, it's harsh, because I've got nothing against Bellew, but obviously, as I said, Haye's someone that I've watched as a growing up and I've really enjoyed it, but I just think his time's done. I don't think he's going to be able to. I think he's going to gas. I think his movement is slowed down. He's not his same usual self. End of the day, he's fighting a cruiserweight, and Bellew's not. He knows how to evade shots. He's not a big cumbersome heavyweight that's going to stand there and get hit as freely. And I just think that, unfortunately, I think it's going to be quite I think it's going to be a real tough night for him, and I think he loses, unfortunately.
So how do you see Bellew winning it?
I think it's just going to grind him down. I just don't think he's going to be able to withstand withstand it for 12 rounds. I don't think his body's going to hold up. Something similar is going to happen. I think something's going to go again, and he's going to struggle. And I can't. He's not knocking him out either. Let's be honest here. Look at the amount of times he tried to knock him out that last fight, and he almost swung himself off his feet.
Yeah, but that was stupid tactics from David Haye. I think he knew that, and he was so emotionally involved in that fight. He went running in. I couldn't believe he was running in that. Because
how can you say he's emotionally involved? This he's been a two-weight world champion. So you're telling me a two-weight world champion didn't have to prepare for a fight?
I think he's totally gone in with the wrong mindset of thinking that I can literally smash this guy out just once. As soon as I hit him, he's going to go. That was just stupid. I think now, for me, this is what I'm going to go with David Haye, and I'm going to go on points. I think he's going to try and take him 12 rounds this time. I think this time he's going to go complete opposite. He's not even talking about how he's going to smash him or all this kind of stuff. I think he's going to try and be fitter. I think he knows he's probably going to be able to outbox him because he was winning the fight at that time when all the shit went wrong. And I don't think he'll make the same mistakes as he did last time. I really don't. And when that shit happened, I think he was leading that fight. For me personally,
I think you've got to give credit to Dave Caldwell and you've got to give credit to the team behind Bellew because they called it. They called how it's going to happen, and that's why everyone's like, "Oh, it's the Achilles, it's the Achilles." But they called it. He was not going to be able to withstand the pressures of fighting this fight for 12 rounds, and it's right. It doesn't matter whether it was his Achilles. Obviously, you don't expect it to be the Achilles, but he gassed. Now, I don't think. Listen, we watched that fight. We've seen David Haye. We've seen him for long enough to know that. What he used to do back in the day to knock out these heavyweights is because he had the movement over these heavyweights. Mm-hmm. He had the movement. He didn't necessarily have that speed and movement over Bellew because Bellew is technically still a cruiserweight. So I don't know. I just think that for me this is Bellew's not stupid. Again, no, Tony Bellew, I respect the guy because although I know before I've always thought he talks a lot of shit, but he sells fights. But the point I was going to say to you was he knows that he ain't going to fight Wilder. He knows that. Yeah. You know, he openly says, "I ain't gonna fight that guy. I'm not gonna risk my health." But this fight for him, he's comfortable taking this fight. Mm. That says it all to me.
Well, I come to disagree with you because I think Bellew still does talk shit. But when I say that, it's in a clever way because he's trying to sell the fight, like you said, and get people as attention. Because he makes these crazy statements like, "I don't take fights that I can't win. I'm a realist. I've beaten fighters who are bigger than me, who are better than me, who are faster than me." Mate, you're going on as if you're undefeated. You have been defeated. For me, you're a failed light heavyweight. Right? No, he had a chance to beat Don Stevenson. He got schooled. He got made look stupid. There's Kovalev in that division. Do you think Bellew beats Kovalev? No. In my opinion, no. Did he draw against was it Isaac Chamberlain or
no, Chilemba?
Chilemba?
Yeah. See, I get your points, but on the flip side to that, do you not look at it as someone who's quite clever and thinks, well, I'm not winning them fights. Why would I do that? Why don't I just go and win a world title where I know I can?
No, I'm not denying that, but I'm just saying the point is that the fact that he tries to make was that he's undefeated. Well, he's not.
He's not undefeated, but I think a lot of the points that he makes, you can't really disagree with him too tough because I only take fights that I know I can win. So why would he take the Kovalev fight? Because he probably knows he can't win it.
So why did he take the Don Stevenson fight?
Because he thought he could win it and he realised he couldn't. So maybe.
But that was his biggest challenge.
But do you not think that that's him being a realist? Saying, you know what, I accept that I probably can't win that fight.
No, he wants to. You said in the thing, I want the rematch. Now he wants the rematch. He is called for it in his press conference. He said, I'll have that rematch. And I think didn't he lose to Cleverly as well?
Yeah, but then he came back and avenged that, didn't he?
But it's Cleverly.
It's a rubbish fight, to be fair. That was a rubbish fight.
It was a toilet fight.
But I think he's a better fighter now with the experience that he's got.
Yeah, I've begun to like Bellew a lot more than I used to. But for me, he's just talking hype up the fight a lot. I'm gonna spark this guy. I'm gonna do that. He didn't do it. But I have I've grown to like him because I think he is backing what he's saying, and you could tell he's got matured quite a lot. The things that he says, but I think he is the master of getting under people's skin. He's saying that he's not, but I think Hayes met somebody the exact same match as him.
And the best thing is, you watched Haye, the press conferences with Fury. Haye was literally losing his mind. Fury was getting into his head so bad, it was literally embarrassing. And even when they did that, the gloves are off, and he's going, "Oh, I'm not gonna bite. I was like, you are biting. You've bitten.
Yeah,
you've bitten." And Bellew was just chilling there like, "Got him." So that's what I'm saying. Like, you can talk about him removing the emotion out of this fight. Haye won't be able to remove the emotion because when he gets in the ring with this guy, he's gonna be like, "I want to fucking knock this guy out," and that's gonna be like perfect for Bellew. He's like, "Yeah, well, you can't. So let's just do it. Let's go through these rounds. You'll start off well, then you're gonna gas, and then I'll come on strong and I'll win the fight when you gas, because he will."
Yeah, I think this one's a really hard one to call. I think boxing fans will say that as well. Boxing is not just about your attributes, right? It's all down to mental things as well, right? Mental toughness as well. So I think it really depends on where the fighters are at on the day.
Just to jump in there, for me, as soon as a fighter says before the fight, if I lose this, I'm going to retire. If I win this and don't look good, I'm going to retire. He's lost the fight.
Why is that?
For me, he's lost the fight. Because his head's accepting that, if I lose, I might... Tony Benn doesn't even talk about losing. Whether he thinks he could lose, whether he might lose or whatever, he might lose. But he don't talk about it. He doesn't even let anyone know that this is what's on my mind. For me, David Haye, this is a big payday. This is going to pay him off. He's going to with the money he gets from this, he's going to invest it back in his promoting business and go from there. If he wins this fight, is he going to get in the ring with Anthony Joshua? Let's be honest. Be honest with yourself. No, he's not.
For the money, I reckon he will. No, seriously. I genuinely believe that. I think David Haye, for the money, would get involved. And any heavyweight would be stupid not to get into the ring with with Anthony Joshua just for the money. This is David Haye we're talking about.
But David Haye is going to be pushing. He's pushing 40.
David Haye knows for one set. If he knows he can't beat Joshua, he knows that. But you really think he's going to turn that fight down for money?
But what if he goes in there and gets discombobulated? Because that could happen.
It could. But this is David Haye. So you think David Haye is going to turn down what? I don't know how much we're talking now. We're talking what? 20 million, 30 million? I don't know how.
Is that a box office fight? Because of Joshua, it becomes a box office. This is the same heavyweight that lost to Tony Bellew.
So you think David Haye would turn that money down?
I'm not saying David Haye would necessarily turn it down. David Haye might think about taking that fight, but look at Klitschko. Klitschko, after the fight, rematch. And then he probably sat down and thought, you know what? Oh, God, I got clapped a few times in that fight. Get me? My head's still shaking. I don't need that.
If David Haye wins this fight, he will not...
Which is a huge if.
It's a huge if.
For me, he doesn't.
It's a huge if. If he wins this fight, he will not turn down a fight with Anthony Joshua.
Does he warrant it?
No, he doesn't. But, and I'm just going on what I've seen of David Haye fight, all his career, and his movements and what he's done. 100% he would take that for the money.
Does he beat Parker?
No, he doesn't.
Does he beat Dillian White?
No, he doesn't.
So he doesn't beat Fury. He does not beat Fury.
No.
I'll eat my words on that.
No, I'm not denying. I'm not saying that he doesn't. He beats any of those fighters. But all I'm saying, this is David Haye. We've known David Haye since we've been watching boxing since all his career. That guy is not going to refuse that money. That's all I'm saying.
He loves a pound.
Exactly.
But I'm just saying.
And you said yourself, this is what he wants his fight for.
Yeah, but listen, he wants his fight, and the reason I say that I don't think he will fight anybody else after this is because of the chat of the whole. If I don't win convincingly, if I lose, I'm going to retire. If I win and I don't win convincingly, I'm going to retire. So in the back of his mind, he's accepting that there's every chance I ain't going to even get past this fight. So I might as well just get it out there now, so man's know the coup. Listen, man's looking to retire in that, but let's make a couple of. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, as I said, David Haye. You've got to admire him for what he's achieved and what he's done for the sport and for us as fans and everything. But I think Bellew wins this fight, and I don't think everyone's at the end of this fight. Everyone's gonna be like, yeah, do you know what? I don't know why I thought Haye was gonna win this fight because it's the same shit. But unfortunately, I think that's where it's at. But I'm not slagging Haye off or saying he's shit or anything like that because again, he made some of the best memories for us growing up watching him. But I just think that sometimes you just got to realise that the time is up.
All right, so you're going to go with Bellew points.
Bellew points or a late stoppage because he gasses again. Something else goes.
I'm going to go David Haye on points this time. I think he won't make the same mistakes as he did last time. Maybe it's just me clutching onto straws here, hoping that David Haye does turn it around. But I believe that you cannot be stupid enough to make the same mistakes. I can see it in the way he's did this time. He said he's not doing the trash talk, and he could quite easily bite. And I don't think he has. He just thought, no, hold on. I just think he wants to. After his mistakes last time, I think he's going to try and rectify them.
But on what? Listen, he's not involved in the trash talking. On what grounds can he get involved in trash talking? You can't. On no grounds can you get involved in trash talking. Tony Bellew's got him on toast when it comes to the chat anyway. But on what grounds are you going to say, oh yeah, listen, I'm going to bang you this time? How? How are you going to? Because last time you couldn't get near me, mate. So, come on. On no grounds. Oh, you almost had me. Oh, he got you, bro. He got you. Exactly what you wanted.
No, there's a level of not responding to trash talk, but then there's a level of just not saying anything. And he's just not saying anything. I think he's not, you know what, I'm not going to say shit this time. I'm just going to go in there and do my job. So that's why I'm thinking that he could be just focused on getting the job done rather than getting involved in all that bullshit. Anyway, so that's where we are. So you're going with Bellew on points. I'm going with David Haye on points this one. Viewers, let us know what your predictions are for this fight. And how do you see it turning out? And where do you see David Haye's career going after this and Tony Bellew's?
And do you think that this guy is just on the, that where my heart and head is, My heart says, My heart says this, my head says this. Do you think it's just because he loves Haye that you even give him the time of day? Because that's what I think. And I'd love to hear from anybody else who's in the same bandwagon. Because I do like Haye and I don't want people to watch this and think this guy's slagging him off. Because it's not the case. But sometimes I think you just got to know when your time's up. And I think, from my personal opinion, that his time is done.
So let us know your opinions on that, and don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Peace.